Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. It's a special week. Last week was North Wilkesboro. Next week is Atlanta. So what are we doing here in Atlanta, you might ask? Well, we have some unfinished business to attend to. It is All-Star Weekend. First of two races, the All-Star Open. We have 27 drivers already locked into the main event. We have 24 more trying to become the final person to make the grade and win. It's a 25 lap shootout. And we've got an interesting field. Only a couple of drivers who have won in their careers are even in this race. Those being Dave Marcus, Billy Mays, Al Roker, John Cena, and Tony Stark. So only 5 of the 24 car grid. And we've got some part-time drivers entered in this week. 7 of the 24 starters are part-time. Of the full-time drivers, 9 are rookies. 8 are veterans. So let's go take the look at the starting lineup for today's race. We'll see most of the special schemes. Stephen Hawking on the outside of the front row with the Power of Pride scheme is alongside Marco Polo, last year's Melling Series champion in the Subway colors. Then it's Peter on Jack in the yellow Transportation 70 and Mark Webber in the 84. Dave Marcus, he hasn't won in quite some time. It has been a long while, in fact. Is that his face? If you want to be exact, when the last time Dave Marcus won a Cup Series race? 1982 at Richmond. That was back when Richmond was a half mile. Alongside of him is Woody Harrelson there in the Hooters colors in the third row. Then Hut Strickland and Stephen Hawking, who have never won points-paying races in any of the top 3 series. Then Rick Mast and Natalie Decker round out the top 10. David Land and Ann Wilson in the next row. Ann Wilson nearly won last week, but Telly Savalas passed her in the late stages. Then Stephen George and Billy Mays, who won last year at Rockingham. It was the Rockingham race where Peter Perfect went like a whole story in the air in one of the many crashes, and yet Peter Perfect still finished that race. Al Roker, who hasn't won since early last season. That was the TVA 500 at Bristol. That means it's 65 points paying races since he last won. And Marty McFly alongside. Hank Hill, he's never won, along with Michael Andretti. John Cena, who last won when he was in the 11 at Richmond last year, along with Tony Stark, who last won the Pepe 500 last year. Then Iggy Kupo threw away a chance at winning earlier this year when he pitted under caution in the late stages at Dover. That race did not get restarted. That race ended under yellow. And Ferris Bueller alongside. And then 2 of the biggest bridesmaids on the last row. Al Capone and Casper the Friendly Ghost, who got passed late at Dover in the other race this year.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines fired on the 24 stock cars. Ready to do it to them for 25 laps. Here under the lights. Believe the points paying race here next week will be a day race. But even though it's very late in the year and the nights are getting a little colder, we're under the lights. The winner of this race will become the 28th and final entrant into the All-Star race. The rest go home. Now there's one other driver who hasn't. There's a couple drivers who haven't won this year that aren't in this race. Peter Perfect is the defending All-Star race winner. That's why he's not in. And Carl Edwards has also won All-Star race or two in the past 10 All-Star races. I specifically remember winning at Charlotte in 2011 when he tried to Matt Kenseth as a celebration. Anyway, green flag is out. All 24 drivers will take the green flag, but who will be leading at the checkers? They head into turn one. It looks like Marco Polo will get the early advantage. He's never won in any competition. Never won a race, but he did win the championship. Woody Harrelson making it 3 wide. His only win came in the Melling Series at, I believe it was Watkins Glen last year, and he will take second from former F1 driver Mark Webber. There's Sir Topham Hatt on the inside. He's just been a quiet driver over his career, relying more on consistency than anything else. There's Rick Mast, who always made the most of his equipment. He's going to move in the fourth. He nearly won in this car at Indianapolis earlier this year. But late race strategy gave Tom Jones his first win. As Woody Harrelson will lead the second lap. I don't know how I missed that lead change. Peter Onjak looks like he was slow or something. He's already back to 13th, or he caught the shuffle at the bad time. Now here comes Rick Mast, going to try and take the lead from Woody Harrelson at the line. It's a close one, but they give it to Woody Harrelson and not the Woody Woodpecker Racing number 98. Mast checked up a little bit, or the high line just got the run there. Sir Topham Hatt cleared a second. Now here comes Hut Strickland. I believe Hut is a former winner of the All-Star Open. Was it 1991? I believe. Now Rick Mast, he's going for that second position on Sir Topham Hatt. Mast never won a points-paying Cup race, but won 9 times in what is now known as the Melling Series. He also won the he started on pole in the Busch Clash one year. His best finish in the Open was 4th in 1991, but he did make the main All-Star race in 1993. Now, Sir Topham Hatt just trying to go for second on Rick Mast. Now they're really closing in on Woody Harrelson. Sir Topham Hatt going for the lead. This could cause confusion in the lane. Now Hut Strickland, he's never won a points-paying race in Cup or in Melon. No, he never won in a Winston Open or an All-Star Open. His closest was second in the 1992 one to Michael Waltrip. But he never again, he as well never was really in top equipment. Now here he is in the Hills Brothers Dodge. He was looking to try and take second, but now here comes Dave Marcus. Marcus in the top 5 of career starts in the Cup Series. He's up here as well. Moving up to third as Sir Topham Hatt is out to lunch at the moment. Hank Hill the 5th. He's never won. He, I believe, is moving to the 38 next year. Don't quote me on that. But he's looking for more speed. His teammate, John Cena, right behind. Looks like he's going to go with him. Maybe not quite. John Cena almost won last year's Dr. Pepper 600. So we sling on to Sir Stephen Hawking. Is he a Sir Stephen Hawking by now? I don't know. There's Decker. Anyway, 10 of 25. Complete at the line here. Sir Topham Hatt leaves over Dave Marcus and Hut Strickland. In top 3 have a little bit of separation at the moment over 4th place Marco Polo and 5th place Hank Hill. Now Dave Marcus going for the race lead. He's got help from Hut Strickland. Marcus will clear off of turn 4 and through the tri-oval. Strickland follows through, cleared for second. And Marcus with a great run through 1 and 2 puts a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field. Now Hank Hill looking to see if he can take that 3rd spot away. Hank Hill already got by Marco Polo, who's about to fall, now he has fallen outside of the top 5. He'll be halfway down the back straightaway this time by. Marcus leading the way, and Hut Strickland. Sir Topham Hatt, Hank Hill, and John Sr. top 5. Then Marco Polo, Stephen Hawking, Al Roker, Natalie Decker, and Ann Wilson rounding out your top 10. Casper the Ghost and Al Capone have fought from the last row to about mid-pack. Meanwhile, some of the drivers who started high up in the pack, like Peter Onjak, has dropped to 23rd. Mark Webber's also dropped outside the top 15. Out to drop to about 19 at the moment. Marcus with a big gap now, relatively speaking, over a half a second over Hut Strickland. As Woody Harrelson, who got by Ann Wilson, is getting pressured once again. Strickland just trying to bring it home in one piece, I would assume. This car being prepared by Bela Fleck, who drives the 93 and will be racing in the All-Star race. Meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt trying to hold off Hank Hill. Does it really matter, though? Dave Marcus with... Now it's going to be 9 laps to go. He has pulled away a little bit. No, Hut Strickland actually closed in that time by. It looks like kind of the next major gap in the pack is between 8th and 9th. Casper the Friendly Ghost has gotten up to 10th. Hut Strickland trying to reel in Dave Marcus. Who would have thought? 2 grizzled old veterans of the series going at it. next 6 cars nearly in a whole line. 4 cars of them underneath a complete blanket, including the 3 hat trick cars that are in this race. Running 4 through 6, Hank Hill, John Cena, Stephen Hawking, with Marco Polo on the end of the mini train. Now they're sort of diamonding it as Sir Topham Hatt closing in on the 23. Will this play a factor into the finish? It's now... Oh! Contact! Car into the wall. John Cena just spun out his teammate, Hank Hill. Big crash. Mark Webber, Ferris Bueller, David Land, and Marty McFly. Oh, this is going to shake up everything. So here we go. We go back. We see... Yeah, Cena just turned him. I guess he was just getting aggressive, and he slid back down. Oh! Marty McFly involved. See, Iggy Koopa looks like a little bit. Billy Mays gets a bit of damage. David Land's involved. Peter Onjak with some damage. Did Tony Stark get any? Michael Andretti involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars at least got a little bit of contact. That's nearly half the field. Just a chain reaction. Oh, and coming back to the line, Hut Strickland actually took the lead. I believe we'll have a 1-lap dash, but oh, that's interesting. How did this happen? Oh, Hut was right there. Hut was right there, and Hut Strickland could be moving on to the All-Star race. But I think we will have a 1-lap shootout. Let's see if anybody pits. Clearly, some of the drivers who took a little bit of damage aren't pitting. One, two, three, four. There was like 5 cars in pit road, but not as many. I believe got cars already out of the race. Yeah, several cars already retired. Michael Andretti out. Peter Onjak. David Land. He's out. Marty McFly. Hank Hill. Mark Webber. Ferris Bueller all out. Tony Stark a lap down. We're underneath 10 laps to go, so this restart would be single file. So Stark isn't really going to play a factor in it. It's going to be, it looks like a 1-lap dash. This is crazy. Several cars torn up. Who else? We said like 11 cars made some sort of contact. Billy Mays, Iggy Koopa, and John Cena. John Cena shouldn't really have any damage. I don't... Looks like Mays might have a... Iggy Koopa probably only has just a slight amount. Mays, I'm not sure. He might have a little bit of damage to that left front. I can't tell. Maybe it's some front damage. That means 13 clean cars. Probably 14. Cena's probably not going to be slow. We're going to go, yep, a one-lap dash. Hut Strickland in his Dodge is leading and is going to have to hold off. He's got a hungry pack of 4 Chevrolets behind him. Then Marco Polo in 6th in a Ford, Natalie Decker in a Dodge in 7th. And the Fords of Woody Harrelson and Al Roker behind them. And Casper in his Pontiac is 10th. Ann Wilson in Dodge is 11th. The Fords of Rick Mass, Stephen George 12th and 13th. The Dodge Al Capone 14th. Chevy of Iggy Koopa 15th. Pontiac of Billy Mays 16th. And Tony Stark's Ford a lap down in 17th. He's not going to be a factor into the finish. Really, 16 cars theoretically with a chance. The green and white flag is out. And we're back racing. Hut Strickland was kind of a little bit slow. Marcus got the jump but went to the outside. Is that going to hurt him? Marcus hanging tough on that outside. And now Sir Topomat going to try and make it 3 wide. Hut Strickland slams the door, but Dave Marcus goes around on the outside. Coming off of 4, Dave Marcus is going to win the Open. What a finish. And they were almost side by side for 5th. Or 4th. Marcus, your winner. Oh. Just heartbreak for Hut Strickland. Marcus got right back around to the lead. How does Strickland win that if it had stayed green? I have no clue. But Dave Marcus is your winner. He will be the one moving on. Everybody else going home. The old man gets it done. The 78-year-old from Wausau, Wisconsin is your winner. Join us later on for the running of the actual main event, the All-Star. We will see you then. There is your final results. So you can see Marcus, your winner, Hut Strickland 2nd, Sir Topomat, John Cena, Stephen Hawking. Natalie Decker ends up 6th. Pretty good run for her. Heartbreak for some of these other guys. We will see you next time.